encourage you to find out about the laws governing use of deadly force in your state and follow them to the letter. And of course, don't forget to follow the rules of safety and common sense whenever you're carrying a firearm to protect the ones you love. What's the story this week, Colonel?
The two armed robbers were no match for a pharmacist with a revolver in Maryland. The armed citizen was in his office and saw his employees raise their hands in the air. Then he saw the gunman and his cohort. The manager, who keeps a handgun on his desk, grabbed his gun and confronted the would-be thieves. Even though one pointed a rifle at him, the armed citizen resolutely defended his crew. He fired once, shocking the intruders into fleeing.
Thanks, Colonel. Before I question the pharmacist's choice of firearms, we first need to recognize that Maryland is not the most gun-friendly state or holographic site, making for quicker target acquisition under stress. Unfortunately, the state of Maryland has banned any magazine capable of holding more than 10 rounds. It has also banned AR-15s with certain characteristics under most circumstances. My second choice would have been a short-barreled tactical shotgun, probably with double-aught buckshot or perhaps one of the excellent self-defense rounds like Hornady Critical Defense or PDX Defender. Both provide excellent stopping power. The only weakness is the lack of ammo capacity, as they hold either 6 or 7 rounds, which is not always enough against multiple assailants. After all, no one ever came out of a gunfight saying, "Oh man, I just wish I'd had less ammo." But no matter what gun he used, you have to admit one thing. This pharmacist had the proper attitude and courage to take on superior numbers and superior firepower. Besides, it's not his fault the state of Maryland denied him the proper tools to protect himself. Here's my advice to all of you who live in states with restrictive gun laws. Either move to a different state or become a very accurate shot. After all, your life may depend on it.
Well said, my friend.
You can become an activist.
Our movie of the month for this month is The Last Imperial Soldier. It's a true story. Please go to the Frontlines of Freedom website, go to the subject line. Next week on Frontlines of Freedom, we'll discuss the smart use of military power. Then we'll talk with Navy Doc and author Jeff Wilson about his book series, Tier 1. It's about combat. I think Jeff is a lookalike to Skip. I think they write the same kind of books. And Flo Green will share her perspective as a veteran's wife.
Colonel, I like him already. Thank you, friends, for joining us for Frontlines of Freedom today and every week on this great station. Please check us out on Facebook and add your comments. And if you missed any part of this show, hey, all our shows are available on demand at frontlinesoffreedom.com.
Howdy, YouTubers. It's Saturday morning, and actually running late, but sometimes when I'm running late on Saturday mornings, when I go to Starbucks, I hear this radio show, Frontlines of Freedom. It is really cool. It almost makes me want to run late every Saturday morning. And I guess I could just turn it on at my house, but I don't have an AM. It's on the AM side. You know, I'm a middle-aged white guy, so I like AM radio. I'm an old timer, so I still like AM. But I don't know. I guess I should look it up and see if I could get it. I'm sure they stream it. But it's a really cool, what's the guy's name? Colonel Danny Gillum, I think. I don't know a whole lot about the show. I've heard it, I don't know, 10 or 20 times. And they have neat stories about history, you know, military history. And then you heard the story that one of the producers did there near the end about self-defense, you know, that kind of thing. And so anyway, I just thought, was wondering if anybody else had this in their town. If I'm sure it's on a limited number of stations. I don't know. I'm going to go see if I can find it streaming. Normally I get up on Saturday mornings, and if we don't have anything going on with our projects, I just do like office type work and my SketchUp. I'm getting ready to start a new SketchUp series, how to build a house from the ground up in SketchUp. So something I've always wanted to do. I'm actually writing a book, and but it's more about the artisan philosophy. I'm going to do one that's probably like a volume 2 of the artisan philosophy, where I show our best practices that we've used over the past 30, 40 years in construction, and kind of show old ways of doing things and new ways, new technology, to try to feature that kind of thing. Anyway, didn't mean to get off on that. Was curious about this Frontlines of Freedom radio show. If anybody else has heard of it, if they listen to it, it's pretty cool. And let me know what you think about it. See you guys.